Hello friends, now I am going to read the moral story for you. Rani and the Pet Mongoose. Once upon a time in a small village a couple lived. They had a small child. They lived happily. His name was Raju and his wife's name was Rani. Raju was a teacher in that village. He also knew a lot about medicines. Every day a number of patients visited him to get medicines. He did not charge them for his medicines. One day, one of his patients presented him with a baby mongoose. Raju's wife was fond of pet animals. In their house, she used to look after parrots, squirrels, oats, and even more. But when she saw a cute mongoose, she became very happy and cared for him like her own child. Days passed, the baby mongoose grew up into an obedient pet mongoose. One day Raju was not at home. Rani went to fetch water from the river. She did not know what to do. All her friends were waiting outside the door. She told them, "You all go and bring water. I will come a little later because my husband is not at home. He has gone to check the patient." A little later she thought and called her obedient mongoose, and told him to look after the baby. "Since no one is at home, I am leaving my child under your care. Please hear, I will be back as soon as possible," said Rani. The mongoose nodded his head, and sat beside the cradle where the child was sleeping. Rani left with her friends to bring water from the river. The mongoose was very careful and extremely watchful. He was very cautious and sitting near the cradle only. Suddenly he saw a poisonous snake entering the house. He was very alert, but the snake was gliding towards the cradle. The mongoose sensed the danger. He jumped over the snake without caring for his own life. There was a great fight between the snake and the mongoose. After a brave fight, the mongoose tore off the snake into 5 bodies with the help of his sharp teeth. The snake died at last. Rani returned after collecting water from the river. After hearing the footsteps of his mistress, he ran happily and started jumping here and there. Rani saw blood drops on the floor. She thought that the mongoose might have killed her child. Without thinking, she beat the mongoose with stick black and blue. The poor mongoose died immediately. She entered the house to see her child. She had a pleasant surprise. Her baby was sleeping peacefully in the cradle. She also noticed a dead snake lying a few yards away from the cradle. She realized her mistake. She came out of the house. She picked up her loyal and obedient mongoose in her arms and wept loudly. Her husband came home after finishing his job. He saw his wife crying loudly, and asked her what had happened. She told him about the mongoose, how he saved their child from the poisonous snake. After hearing the incident, he also wept loudly, but what could they do now? He is already dead. Moral of the story: think before you leap. This is the end of the story. Hope you like it. See you very soon in the next video.